What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Namaste and greetings, everybody. Welcome to our very special Sacred Sunday show. We have people coming in from all over the world, and today we are honoring our dear friends Alexander and Rama from Home for Humanity. They've put together this beautiful, beautiful show. We're going to have wonderful music with friends Omashar and Tatiana Speed, who I'm going to pull up if I can find her. She's here somewhere. Um, and there she is. We've got so many people with us today. And we're going to meet all sorts of friends from Home for Humanity and to share with you a little bit more about the show. Oh, also, I've got to mention Jerry Schwartz is with us. And Jerry is one of our most beloveds. I'm going to turn it over to my co-host for the evening. Here is Jerry. Here is Julie Krull to share a little bit more about today's show.
Oh, thank you, Scott. I am just so delighted to be here today. What a nice way to spend a Sunday morning here in the US and in the evening around the world. Just so excited to be here. We have a lot of really beautiful guests who are going to help us feel into the essence and blessing that Home for Humanity has been for the world right here, right now, and for the future generations. So I'm really excited to bring in all of our beautiful guests. We have many who have been touched directly by the work of Rama and Alexander and Home for Humanity, and they have a very special award coming your way. So, Scott, do you want to introduce our first guest?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to actually bring up Rama and Alexander because you probably can introduce Krull because you know her. So would you like to share with us a little bit about Krull and then we'll bring her up for an opening song?
Well, first of all, greetings from our side here from France in the French Jura, where is our original Home for Humanity. And how special, dear Scott, to be in your show together with you and Julie and Omasha and so many others. And today is really taking us into the Home for Humanity worldwide. And we are blessed to have one of our Homes for Humanity from Chile with us, the Sacred Mountain, Sagrada Montaña, and Coral Herencia, together with her husband Felipe, guiding this Home for Humanity through restoration of forestry, but also through reviving culture and to bring indigenous cultural wisdom to the fore. And it's in this spirit that Coral Herencia is going to open this Sacred Sunday session with her sacred music.
Krull, you need to turn on your camera, please, so we can bring you up. So, Krull, we need you to unmute and turn your camera on, please.
Hello.
You know, one of the things that's wonderful is that we've got people coming in from all over the world, and sometimes our internet connection is not always up to snuff. Um, Krull, now we can finally see you, but your internet connection's a little bit wobbly, and we want to be able to see and hear you perfectly. Um,
Can you listen to me now? Here?
um,
Yes. Honor for me be here this day with you, with all that this award means for the work of many people that is trying to put the heart in this big transformation. And I want to share a prayer to Mother Earth in the Andes, and also to really connect with the spirit of the mother that can guide us everyone in this important process. So I invite you to close your eyes, to connect with your heart, and also to ask the permission and ask the bless of Mother Earth to live this sacred moment, to recognize the work of many people that is changing this reality with the life. Close your eyes, please. Guardianes de la tierra, de las cuatro direcciones, altares y naciones, escuchen esta voz. El tiempo es ahora. Nos llama la montaña y el árbol de la vida. Memoria antigua. Juntemos nuestras manos, tejamos nuestros rezos para cuidar la tierra. Que el canto medicina sane los corazones de nuestra gran familia. Juntemos nuestras manos y tejamos las visiones para cuidar la tierra. Que el canto medicina sane los corazones de nuestra gran familia. Sacred Mother Earth, here we are asking your permission, offering to you our intention and asking for you the guide in this moment in the Mother Earth that we are living, to really connect with our hearts, to connect with the solutions that live inside us if we are connected, to really can change the world, making the inside work of everyone. Please listen, Mother Earth, the voice of your daughters and your son, and receive this song with your heart. We are the guardians of the heart, protecting the Mother Earth, the ecosystems, the watersheds of Mother Earth. This is a sacred and important moment that we really want and really need to do it. Let's go together, dear family, because only together we can do it real. So let's go together protecting the Mother Earth, the ecosystems, and also I pray with all my heart for the protection of the native forest, the sacred forest where we live, that we are looking for the protection of that with the connection of the people. Thank you so much for this possibility to be here. So much blessed for all the people that is connected here. And thank you so much, Mother Earth, for all the inspiration that we receive of you. Thank you so much.
Coral, thank you. So we add that Coral comes from Peru, comes from 3 different tribal groups, Coral, and you were literally born on your father's lap, becoming an indigenous elder at a very young age, doing ceremony with the tribe. And this is the sacredness you bring to the Sagrada Montaña in Chile, where you have created this community. This is such a sacred way to start. And with this, we hand back to you, dearest Scott and Julie and Omashar. So, so beautiful that this sacred Sunday, this special show that you have offered for the purpose starts in this way. Thank you. And
Beautiful.
Coral is offering a concert now, so she will keep singing while our show continues in the south of Chile.
That was beautiful, Carl. Thank you so much. And what a beautiful way to begin this, to see these voices are coming in from everywhere today. So, yeah, thank you. We're going to turn this over to Tatiana and Jerry, who are going to bring in a very special award next. So, Tatiana, if you'll join us on screen, and Jerry, we're going to do something really special.
Hi, everyone. Wow, that just went straight to my heart. Oh my goodness, that was the voice of the Earth Mother. That, like, I could have just wept. So thank you, Coral, for gracing us with your gift and for connecting us so deep to our Mother Earth. And it's my honor to be here today as a member of the Visioneers International Network to introduce my mentor, my teacher, the woman that I have been privileged to know since I was 8 years old, Dr. Geraldine Schwartz. She's the co-founder of the Visioneers International Network together with her husband, Dr. Desmond Berghofer. And we have something very special to share today with the Homes for Humanity planetary movement. The first, well, I'm going to leave it to Jerry actually to introduce this. So Jerry, I pass it to you to share a little bit more about the Visioneers and the special award that Home for Humanity will be receiving today.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And thank you, Coral, for how you started this with your beautiful music, because your music fits in exactly to the kind of message that the Visioneers is bringing the world. In order for you to understand the power and importance of this award, I have to start by talking about the Visioneers and who we are. So in this world, no one has to tell the people in this room, in this Zoom room, that we are in an existential moment of darkness. Our mentors, our incredible Visioneers, our wisdom keepers, tell us that it is these moments of chaos that opens the door to a new time. And they're calling for a new genesis. The question is, how do you actually get there? And that's what the work of the Visioneers is doing. So we are living at what we call the hinge of history. the doorway, the time, when you cannot go back to some previous imagined time, it's very important to go forward and to go forward with intention. So in the face of this darkness and the media that shares this darkness, I will tell you that from my neuroscience, this creates among the people of the world fear, anger, and the result is passivity. And so they don't act, or they have conversations. Well, the Visioneers is about celebrating action. And so you should know that the message that we bring today goes and has gone today and yesterday into our network in 62 countries and 1,000 leaders. And they are asked to share and to build this community. And what are we trying to do here? Well, first of all, I think I will say something that resonates with all your hearts. I'm speaking to you from Vancouver in Canada, but I'd like to begin by quoting an American president, John F. Kennedy, who started his presidency by saying, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." And the Visioneers translates that in English to say, ask not how the earth and its people can serve you, but how you can serve humanity and preserve the future of this precious planet for the millennia. We have recently discovered and actually see through our telescopes that are joined together from remote places all over the world with the James Webb and the Hubble telescopes in space to present an extraordinary picture of our cosmos, telling us that we are a minor planet in a minor galaxy of a cosmos with 2 trillion galaxies. Numbers of planets so large, I don't even have words for these numbers. So, and we are living in a precious planet Earth that is in a toxic environment between us and everything else. But we need to know that we are part of this magnificent cosmos. We are like it and it is like us. So what are we going to do actually in this hinge of history? Well, one of the things that is really important for me to say, first of all, is the Visioneers are calling for a new patriotism, a patriotism for the earth, for the precious earth, to become earth citizens, sister nations who are living in peace and working for a thriving humanity. And how are we doing this? Well, there's plenty of places where the people who are doing bad things gather. But the Visioneers are offering a platform for gathering of the goodness and nobility in the world. And we're looking for new models. Our gathering place is the Universal Garden. It's not a cathedral or a mosque or a temple, but it is full of the spirit of the sacredness of this earth and the sacredness of the good work that all of you are doing. And one of the things we do in order to act is to look for the good work that's going on, because the point is that there are millions of people out there doing this good work, but people don't know about this. And we know also from our science that it's based on relationships and that we need to work together. So a few weeks ago, all of us watched in awe as Artemis II went to the dark side of the moon, further than any humans had gone before. And they addressed all of us, and they were a team. What kind of team were they? They were a team of beloveds. and their success and their easy return to the earth within a mile of the destination expected was based on the incredible work of champions of every kind who supported them. So we are looking now for teams of the beloveds, and we're using the championship of the team like Artemis 2 to say, who are these champions and what are we going to do? So we have a category of our 9 awards at the top called Heroes and Heroines of Humanity. And we have just given these awards to Rama and Alexander, who deserve this without question. But what they really want to do is to tell us about the work that's going on all around the world, about the homes for humanity that's going on in all these countries that you people represent. So what we have done is saying, okay, now we're working on groups and teams of the beloveds. And what we have done is established a new award called New Champions for Humanity. This is the Visioneers' expression of bringing together not only extraordinary people, but also the teams of people who work together to serve humanity, who don't ask how the earth can serve them, but how they can serve the earth. And the first award is being given to the Home for Humanity and its planetary expression and the journey that you people are taking. So we are very proud to announce this first award of Champions for Humanity to Rama and Alexander, and we would like to congratulate them on the receipt of this award. But in order to understand how important this is, I have asked Tatiana to read the description for you and to show you what this award is for. So Tatiana, would you take that now?
Yes, with joy. So, the Visioneers International Network celebrates the outstanding contribution to improving the human condition of Home for Humanity planetary movement as champions for humanity. And here is how the award is described. There are very few truly extraordinary movements, organizations, and collective initiatives that arise to devote themselves to the service of humanity. Across the world, they bring together people from all walks of life to meet the challenges and opportunities of their time, uplifting communities and enriching the lives of all whom they serve. These are the champions for humanity, whose collective contributions to advancing the human project on Earth we wish to acknowledge, celebrate, and preserve as inspiration and guidance for the best that we can be. This award recognizes and honors the exemplary and visionary contribution of an organization, movement, or collective initiative to the ongoing and positive development of a peaceful, sustainable, enriched, regenerative, and just quality of life for humanity. Such champions for humanity embody the highest expression of our shared human potential, demonstrating courage, perseverance, innovation, and collaboration in service to the common good. Through their collective efforts, they illuminate pathways toward a more compassionate, flourishing, and harmonious world. This award especially recognizes the individuals who create, champion, and lead such model organizations whose leadership, vision, and perseverance inspire collective action and contribute to the upshift of humanity toward a more peaceful, sustainable, regenerative, compassionate, and just future for all. This award is a testament to their extraordinary achievement and enduring contribution to humanity.
So thank you, Tatiana, for these wonderful words. And what I would like to emphasize, and I'd like to read to you once more, is the last paragraph, which says, "This award especially recognizes the individuals who create, champion, and lead such model organizations whose leadership, vision, and perseverance inspire collective action and contribute to the upshift of humanity towards a more peaceful, sustainable, regenerative, compassionate, and just future for all. This award is a testament to their extraordinary achievement and enduring contribution to humanity. So for those people who are here today to represent the Homes for Humanity and the leadership, this award is for you. And you can take this particular statement, and we hope that you will frame it and put it on your wall so that you understand that you are part of a great community in the world who are the new models for the new reality. You see, in this new reality that I just told you about, we can't pretend that we're the only sentient beings in the cosmos. It couldn't be, or the probability of it is very small. But our world is a world we must protect. We must be Earth citizens, and we must look after the Earth and each other. And that's what all of you are doing, which is why we are giving this award to the group. And as working together, you are teams of the beloveds. There is no power, no force in this world, nothing, not fear, not anger, not bombs, nothing is as great as the power of love. So that's what you need to do. Your teams of loving people working together to serve the earth and its people. Well done. Put this award on your wall. And especially thank you to Rama and Alexander for allowing us to say this and give you your award.
Thank you. And right here, we have so many of the members of this planetary movement with us. There are 125 homes for humanity, ranging from huge to small, old to new. But we accept the award as a collective, and you will be meeting some of them from different world regions, but we would love also that you see all of them from around the world who are with us, Homes for Humanity and supporters of the movements who are with us. But Julie now will be, we hand back to you, dear Julie, for the next part of a little surprise of the profile.
Thank you. We're just going to read a little introduction with a very special video so you can see and feel through this gorgeous video that was just created specially for today. So, and the beautiful words of Tatiana Speed here, I'm going to write. So here we go. The Home for Humanity planetary movement is a growing worldwide family of locally rooted organizations, communities, and change makers dedicated to creating a more peaceful, just, regenerative, and compassionate world. Home for Humanity recognizes and honors the unique contribution of each community, organization, and initiative in its own cultural, ecological, and social context. Together, these diverse Homes for Humanity demonstrate that every culture, every community, and every people hold essential wisdom for our shared future on Earth. Building upon this global movement, the One Home Journey 2024 through 2030 travels home to home across every region of the world, connecting, supporting, honoring, and amplifying these transformative initiatives while weaving them into a living network of collaboration, solidarity, and mutual learning. By June 2026, the One Home Journey had traveled through 30 countries across all world regions, worked alongside more than 125 organizations and communities honored as Homes for humanity, and strengthened a movement now extending across more than 50 countries. In recognition of its contributions to building peace and global unity, the movement received the 2025 Gusi International Peace Prize, the East equivalent to the Nobel Peace Prize, for demonstrating how locally rooted action, cultural wisdom, and global solidarity can together help transform our divided world into a shared home for all life. The Visioneers International Network is honored to present the first ever Champions for Humanity Award to the Home for Humanity Planetary Movement and the One Home Journey.
Wow. Wow.
Isn't it beautiful to literally see? You can feel the beauty, the majesty of this impulse that's moving through Rama and Alexandra and really sharing that around the planet. So it's just so gorgeous to see all those representations of service around the world. Thank you for really bringing that home for all of us.
There's so many comments coming in from our Zoom room, and I'm not going to be able to read all of them, but I want to read just a couple to acknowledge the people that are with us right now. Reverend Jeffrey writes, amazing and beautiful. Omashar, of course, says, may we all bring all the recipients up again. Yes, we will in a moment. Um, uh, uh, I love this one from Giara, a kaleidoscope of love in action.
Mhm.
Carol Craig writes, so much gratitude to all of you in Homes for Humanity. What a fantastic collective to be a part of. Well done, and this award is so well deserved. And there are literally about 25 other comments, but I just wanted to acknowledge a few of those. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you. Keep your comments coming in, and we will bring everyone up. We're going to bring them up one at a time here in just a minute. But I think we're going to start with Rama and Alexander just accepting this award, and then we'll move it to some of the other guests with us here today.
We were hoping it would be even possible to, if it's possible, Omasha, that while we speak, just people can see all of our speakers together. And as I said, there are many others from Sechem in Egypt, many from our Home for Humanity Association in Geneva, others around the world who've joined. But just so you can feel, this is the group that we invited just to represent the whole, from Zimbabwe, where we began, from Krull, who you met from representing the Abya Southern America, Iman Assad from Lebanon, where we have just been hosted by Ala Fauda during our most recent immersion in Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, and Jordan. And of course, from the Americas itself, since we are in America, so spanning the continent, Dylan, Aubrey from California, Oregon, and the first transition town in the USA, transition town Greater Media, in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, close to Philadelphia, represented by Skip Shuda and Shari Stoiber. So it's just beautiful that you get, and Dowd Christina Taranaki, as I mentioned, from Zimbabwe, where this journey began. And it's very special because we've just literally come back to France and we came straight to this beautiful Chateau Bonnerel, where you see Edith and Françoise Lejeune, together with Arnaud Lejeune. Can you see Arnaud over here? So we came to their home because this is really a home for humanity here in our own village, holding the spirit through art, through service to society, through education. And this is where we are receiving this, because for us, the only thing that mattered was, as Krull's song sang, now it is only together, us as humanity and us as humanity with every form of life, with our beloved Mother Earth, for this one home as one family, that we can move forward. And it's also in the spirit of Jean. We have here, Jean is represented by this beautiful shawl that she gave to the One Home journey to travel with our beautiful basket, which was in her home on Mother Earth Day 2024 and 2025, with one textile offered as a gift by each of the Homes for Humanity to create this new tapestry that brings us together in our cultures, in our ecologies, to create the future for all life. And it's really in that spirit that we collectively recognize that this championship of humanity and the unity that connects us to all life is every single one of you on this call, every single one on earth, every person of every age and background is a part of what we are creating, all of us together.
So, dear friends, on behalf of all the 125 Homes for Humanity on all continents, across all sectors, transcending all borders, this is a symbol that is traveling with us. An earth beyond borders. Jerry, you evoked this as we see it from sky, from the space. There are no borders. And here today, in this small group of Homes for Humanity, representing all of them, we are accepting with joy, with great honor, with humility, this beautiful award of Champions of Humanity. And we want to say, dear Jerry and Desmond, your late congenial co-creator and partner, chapeau, as they say in France, for creating such a pioneering award. This is a time for the collective. It's a time really to spotlight what we collectively are able to move as humanity. And wherever we have been, and Rama just evoked, we are just coming from Palestine, from Syria, from Lebanon, from Jordan, in the most difficult, most endangered situations, humanity is capable to come up, to raise its voice, to build home for all of life on this planet. And this is the energy that we are amplifying together, each one with their own unique cultural energy, whether we speak, looking to Africa, about Ubuntu, I am because you are, whether we speak about Umoja, the evocation of oneness in Kiswahili, where we talk about Metakuye or Yasin of the First Nations people in the USA, or Kapwa, the spirit of humanity in the Philippines. Wherever we go, we find that spirit alive. And it's our collective work as Home for Humanity and so many others of us to bring this collective spirit of a shared humanity in unity with all life into dance, into co-creation and into flourishing. And it's really in that spirit that we accept this beautiful award and do that in truly on behalf of the movement, the ever-growing movement, deeply inspired also because she was evoked already by Jean Houston, our now late co-chair, ever present with us, but inspired also by so many other tremendous leaders on this world, creating new practices for future building on the ground, home by home, building and rebuilding and restoring our humanity and the planet. That is the vision we are holding together with so many of our partners and
so many of you who are literally here on this call, so many in your communities who are literally doing this every day. So it's this collective spirit of co-creation that we celebrate, and we look forward to hearing all those the few of the Homes for Humanity that we invited with Scott and Julie to be on this show, but also the few others who are here with us on this call. We hope you'll hear them and we can have a dialogue about how we build this together, how we can keep creating and joining hands for this to happen. Thank you.
So we're going to move into hearing from our honored guests here, and we're going to start with Dowd. Dowd, can you offer a few
Christina
of your
together.
words?
If you
And
could have the
Christina,
spotlight.
yes.
Yes, thank you.
I'll give this opportunity to Christina to express our gratitude and celebration with a special blessing in song.
Thank you very much. Good evening from Zimbabwe. Greetings to everyone. I just want to thank Rama and Alexander for the great work that they are doing, and so many lives have been transformed. And we are very grateful to have you. And as we are on this journey, the song that I will sing will it's just teaching us that as we go, as we move, we are learning from each other, and our hearts are learning every day of our different cultures and so forth. So this song is I'll just do two stanzas, and it goes like this. Moyo wangu wadzidziswa, moyo wangu wadzidziswa, moyo wangu wadzidziswa, moyo wangu wadzidziswa, moyo wangu wadzidziswa.
Thank you, Christina. This is a very special song that we sing, expressing our feelings from the bottom of our heart. And this is the kind of feeling that we have today and right now as we congratulate and celebrate the champions of humanity, Alexander Shumba and Rama Moyo. And it is a great honor and privilege representing the Integral Kumusha in Zimbabwe that Rama and Alexander have been at the Integral Kumusha in Africa a number of times. And today we see the fruits of their unfailing efforts and hard work and commitment to see a more just and equitable, inclusive earth where everyone enjoys and becomes one big family, one earth family. And as Integral Kumusha, we're privileged that the One Home journey started and was initiated in Africa, the cradle of humanity, a year ago. And as I speak now, we represent Southern Africa. And this gratitude and celebratory note represent the people of Africa and Mukoto village. We are so grateful. Thank you and God bless.
Julie, is it possible for me to just say one quick word, if that's okay? What I wanted to say on our joint behalf is you noticed that the award that Geraldine Schwartz and Tatiana, the Visioneers, prepared only says the Home for Humanity Planetary Movement. And they very deliberately in the award mentioned all the founders, teams, and members of every one of the organizations. So this is not an award that in any way is highlighting us. It's every one of you, whether it's, Sekem or Sarvodaya, which have been there for 50, 70 years, working across thousands and thousands of people in a whole country, whichever, or it's a new Home for Humanity just starting up. This is what this award honors. So we want to really underline that and underline the work, the dedication, the love of humanity and of life that every one of you represents, starting so beautifully with you. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to say that, Julie. It was just important so everyone knows they are being honored. And yes, thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm not sure if our brother Scott is still here. So I'm going to jump in and introduce Aman. And Aman Asaf, she's going to share now. And yeah, we're so honored to have you here.
I'm so honored and inspired to be among such an amazing group of people. Thank you so much for having me with you. And just to recap on some of the things that Jerry has said and Alexander and Rama, Jerry quoted John F. Kennedy saying that ask not what your country does for you. This is actually a quotation from Gibran Khalil Gibran, who is Lebanese by origin. So from my land, which is a biblical land, a land that has been mentioned in the Bible for more than 7 times. And this land, with all what's going on here, kind of reflect what's happening in the world. So the balance of evil and good, we witness it every day in this country. And my NGO, what we do on the ground is more than just helping people. What we do, and I think this is why Alexander and Rama loved being with us, we engage with the people, we change mindsets. We are all one, and this I feel every day in my work on the ground. So I will share some of the stories that were told by some of the displaced people we have been helping. We are at war and we receive daily hundreds of families displaced, and we take care of them. We take care of them with whatever they need in basic essential needs, in workshops and everything that we can help. But in fact, they are helping us. And what we noticed in the last 4 months of war, that we were both change makers in different ways. We changed their mind about the other person. So they came here threatened by us, unsure if they will be welcomed. We're a diverse group of people from different religions, different interests, and these people come from very close background. And they came and they realized that we're not the enemy, and we are the same. We share the same beliefs, the same of everything, and they became friends and family. And we realized that they are more than people who are angry for war. They are kind, loving people who all they want to do is live in peace. So it has been a change for both of us. And like what always Ramad Alexander say, that we are one. Yes, we are one in many ways. And I see this every day at my work. And one of the most inspiring things that happened to us recently, we were doing a workshop, and we had this 14-year-old girl and who said to us, I've never known that I have so many talents until I joined you. In fact, she is the genius, and we just opened the door for her. And we are so inspired by her. It's the other way around. So when you do the work we do, all of us, uh, it's a learning route. It's so interesting that every day we learn something, and every day we bless that we are able to make a change, and we are able to fight the evil that seems to be trying to take over. And like Jerry said, it's a shift, it's a time of shift. And I just hope this shift happens while we're alive and we see the good conquer, because now we're living really bad times. And I always say there's light at the end of the tunnel, and this is what I'm hoping for. And thank you for having me with you. Thank you.
What a beautiful blessing. Thank you for joining us this morning. And we're going to go ahead. Rama and Alexander, do you want to say anything before we move on to our next guest?
Just one little line. I've put on actually a vest which is coming straight from Lebanon, from Ahla Fawda. And Ahla Fawda is the organization that Iman founded in the heart of Beirut. And Ahla Fawda means, you didn't say that today, Iman, a beautiful chaos. So they're working in the chaos, but they're creating beauty out of the tension, out of the crisis that people are faced with, and building the future regardless. That is what we experience, whether with displaced families from the south of Lebanon, or whether with the children
from
of
Gaza, who you are giving this beautiful space to. And, what we hope is that when all of us travel to places where there are homes for humanity, we go and experience this, because what we saw in this small, relatively small compound is another universe in the midst of the chaos and suffering, with the love, with the ingeniousness, the innovation, your trash to cash circular economy and life. We experienced that in the middle. And that is why that was an experience of what our world can be like. Thank you. And yeah, thank you.
Beautiful. Next, we have the honor of joining us, Skip Shuda and Shari Stuber.
Well, hello, everyone. And congratulations to Homes for Humanity. We are honored to be part of this amazing celebration, and really just enjoying hearing from all of these other groups that have been touched by Homes for Humanity, and look forward to continue to weave together. Our organization has many initiatives. We try to meet people where they are, and I was thinking of highlighting three of our most impactful efforts: our Media Free Store, our Green Wagon Native Plants Project, and our Tuesday Resilience Cafe. And then Shari will talk a little bit about integrating into the whole. The Free Store provides a place for neighbors to find free household items like kitchenware, tools, books, and games. And it was originally designed to keep gently used items out of the trash and landfill, but it's also an example of the gift economy. It's completely run by volunteers, and it's popular with young families, immigrants, people returning from prison, or people who prefer to reuse versus buying new things. Most visitors don't even know it is part of our organization, yet it promotes and encourages our values while supporting our local and inner homes. The Green Wagon Native Plants Project places refurbished wagons around the neighborhood. We load them up with seedlings of native pollinator plants. They're free for the taking. And this effort helps strengthen our earth home by improving biodiversity and encouraging neighbors to learn about and adopt beautiful native pollinating plants in their yards. And finally, we're now holding weekly Tuesday Resilience Cafe meetings. These meetings are really designed for people who are ready to tackle resilience, climate change, and systemic change head on. We share movies and talks about what's unfolding at the global level. And we host reskilling events, prepare for emergencies, and provide circles for processing grief and developing stillness. These efforts meet people where they are while developing our inner home, local home, and earth home. I'll turn it over to Shari.
Transition Town Greater Media is proud to be one of the many Homes for Humanities around the globe. Already part of the International Transition Network with thousands of transition towns in all parts of the world, we find strength and solidarity at being part of the intentional family of people working to make their communities and the world a better place to live. Even at the local level, we promote connectedness among the organizations doing good work by sponsoring gratitude events that bring the community together to celebrate the work, often unseen, that each organization brings forth. And EcoFest to highlight the wonderful resources in our area, the farmers, the native plant nurseries and landscapers, the arborists, bird and insect specialists, water conservators, composters, and more. Making connections and reinforcing the rich tapestry of care and dedication that gives our lives abundance and joy. The most important thing that we can do for the world and for each other is to build relationships. Relationships that create trust, a sense of belonging, the peace that comes from knowing you are cared for by a community that you care about as well. Relationships that create islands of coherence, a place to land when things fall apart, where the ground is solid because we've built it up ourselves through shared labor and acts of kindness. Homes for humanity, for all living things, and for a thriving planet. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Dearest Kip and Sharif, on all our behalf, thank you for, the extraordinary work that you're doing. I just wanted to mention that what we constitute together as Homes for Humanity is also something, imagine, a living Earth city where each of these places becomes a living campus for learning, for innovation that we can visit, engage with. Not only amongst homes, which we do already to quite some degree, but everyone invited into experiencing firsthand these innovative practices taking place. And I want to add for Transition Down Greater Media, what is extraordinary is also the capacity to imagine ourselves in much larger entities than an organization or an initiative, but an entire town actually can stand up and be a home for humanity and walk this path. In the Philippines, there is a municipality called Kauswagen who championed from peace, from arms to farms, that incredible movement. But an entire municipality celebrated becoming a home for humanity, as well as on the same island of Mindanao in the Philippines, a tribal village called Kalasan, working together for the rainforest. So this is our capacity to stand together in greater communities. And thank you, Transition Town Greater Media, to exemplifying this capacity that we do have. Much more to come.
And a beautiful transition with your great bear that has been traveling with us, Kip, all over the Middle East, and then to India, and to very nicely met by Dylan. Thank you.
So beautiful. Next, we get a share from Dylan Aubrey.
Hi, Kui, Nek Now, Dylan Aubrey, Nek Saget Bomiquatli, Nepur Yurok. Hello, my name is Dylan Aubrey. I'm a Yurok tribal member. I'm an Air Force veteran. I'm the founder of the Tribal Workforce Trade Association, and I'm the host of Drum Circle News. So Drum Circle News is a media partner with Home for Humanity, so I invite you all to go and follow Home for Humanity on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and Drum Circle News on YouTube. Through the Home for Humanity, we actually interview Indigenous elders from around the world. The best interview I recommend you start with is Elder Four Arrows, where we look at his book, The Kinship Worldview. The Home for Humanity that I was recognized for is Tribal Workforce Trade Association. What we are is a nonprofit workforce and business development for Native American workers and contractors. And the reason why I created this movement is because our indigenous nations have become disconnected. We've become siloed. We've been forced to fight against each other for finite resources. And so, what the Tribal Workforce Trade Association does is unite these siloed nations through the workforce. We set up training programs to train them, and we build their businesses with our strategic partners. Cordoba Corporation, which is a $30 billion project controls corporation. We also have workforce compliance with iPartnerships founded by Daniel Vallejo, past Deputy Administrator to the U.S. Department of Labor. We have a federally recognized apprenticeship program started by Doug Howell, the past Executive Director to California for the U.S. Department of Labor, and also Gilbert Buchanan's back office controls. We also have a surety bond program created by Ingrid Merriweather, which is a set-aside bond program to raise the bonding capacity for Native American contractors. With this, we have a closed-loop system to help develop Native American contractors from small, medium, and then large-scale businesses. This is to take advantage of the new bill that just passed in California, the California AB 1284, which grants tribes co-governance of natural resources. So the 26 agencies that oversee the natural resources in California, tribes can now enter into co-governance, meaning that we are now recognized as owners on these lands, not just stewards, which is a huge, huge transition. Along with this, I've created the Indigenous Caucus. So Cordoba Corporation was started by George Plough. He leads the Latino Caucus. And then James Ramos leads the Native American Caucus. The Indigenous Caucus is the unification of both the Latino and the Native American Caucus. This is a part of the re-indigenization movement of the Latino indigenous Southern tribes. And this is really a part of a global movement that's been made possible from the Home for Humanity One Home journey. Because when I got recognized right before that, Rama and Alexander had just traveled from Tierra del Fuego, where they had met with the Red Pachacuti, an organization of an association of over 50 indigenous nations, symbolizing the unification of the indigenous nations in South America. Also, through the relationships of the National Council of Indigenous Governance in Mexico, it's just a pathway for us to unite not only the indigenous peoples of North America, but also South America. So I really, really want to thank Rama and Alexander, the One Home Journey, and everyone involved for allowing this and helping this make happen.
Beautiful. The one sentence, dear Scott and Julie, I would add is what Dylan stands for, is we really salute this young man who has done already such exceptional things in the spirit of Mitakuye Oyasin, this collective spirit of being a voice and a guardian of all of life. And what I want to mention is that we are delighted that more than, I think, about 40% probably of the Homes for Humanity are Indigenous led. And within the Indigenous community led Homes for Humanity, there are those like Dylan's, a young man bringing all of these different groups across and tribes across America and now South America and the world together. There are elders, there are women. And the second thing I wanted to mention is what we're very proud of is that we recognize many initiatives around the world which are youth-led. So, for example, the youth in the refugee camp of Nakivale, who have been traumatized in Uganda, traumatized by the longest standing war that no one talks about, where more than 15 million people have been massacred and continue to be killed in the Congo. These young people are transforming their trauma by creating initiatives for others. And so there are many, many youth-led organizations honored as Homes for Humanity around the world. So it's really this, the spirit that everyone is doing in their way, in their locally specific, culturally specific way, what is needed for the world. So thank you for that, Dylan. And we're so proud and honored. Truly.
So beautiful, Dylan. Thank you. And I just want to presence this, Scott, with you too. And then we're going to have some music by Omoshar. But I've been doing a lot of writing and reflecting lately, and I just want to presence that 30 years ago, there were so many people who were getting the message that it's time for us to do this service, but we didn't know a lot of other people. You know, it was like, okay, there's little pockets here, there. And then 20 years ago, we started finding each other and we started to come together. And then 10 years ago, we watched as these individuals began having their own organizations, bringing their own initiatives, like putting it into action. And here we are today, really celebrating, making visible this weaving and this networking and what you've done with Homes for Humanity, and to bring all of these amazing initiatives and organizations forward is just so stunning and just brings tears to my eyes. I've been, around the world in this last hour, just feeling so much gratitude that we can make visible what's working right now. So thank you, Jerry and Tatiana, for this award. And I love how we're holding this space. Scott, do you want to say any words before we bring on Omashar for some music?
Yeah, I just want to read. There are literally probably 100 comments that have come in from our Zoom room, but I've selected just a handful to share. Barbara writes, congratulations to all of you. Here is honoring all that you do, sending you warm greetings from Stellenbosch. And again, we've got people from all over the world. Debbie King writes, congratulations and awe for the One Home worldwide family. Alexander and Rama are taking action on their dream and vision for humanity, and this is so inspiring. And this is from Debbie King and Chris Burden, and they're coming to us from Geneva, Switzerland. And then this message just really touched my heart so very deeply. This is from Kaya Mia in our Zoom room. She writes, Dear Sir, Madam, today I'm very glad and thankful to the team of, quote, Home for Humanity for inviting me to join this meeting with amazing people from all over the world. As a Rohingya refugee, I didn't get this opportunity in Myanmar, but I am now getting the opportunity in India. Thank you, millions. And that brings tears to my eyes. So thank you, everybody in the Zoom room, and all of your comments are so beautiful. We will save the chat and relish it. And thank you all for being with us today. And to kind of absorb all of this, one of the great traditions is that we do have music, and the house musical artist for the Global Peace Tribe is our beloved Omashar.
Oh yeah, I seem to remember the time when we all were happy and my family, we all were together, singing harmonies, my sisters and brothers. I often dream that we're gathered together, and we all live in this beautiful garden by a river with my favorite flowers and the trees there. I know them by name. If you'd like a new life, here it is, here it is, here it is. If you'd like a true life, here it is, here it is, here it is. We all are born of the great sun. We all are beloved golden ones. Do you remember? You're part of the story. Do you remember that you are the glory? So if you'd like a new life, here it is, here it is, here it is. If you'd like a true life, here it is, here it is, here it is.
Going to go to gallery view to send love and appreciation to Omashar. What a perfect song. Perfect song, as always.
What an amazing presentation. I'm so touched by being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Omashar. Omashar will be providing a closing song for us, by the way.
Actually, it's Tatiana, I think.
Did we switch to Tatiana? All right.
I think so, yes. Whatever.
This is it's a very fluid show.
There's only one of us here.
That's right.
And perhaps we can have both.
Yeah, we're doing fine that time. Of course, so many of us were touched by the life of Jean Houston. Jean just recently passed. And so this next section of our time is going to be dedicated to remembering Jean and her influence on our lives, on our awakening world. And we'll start by turning back over to Rama and Alexander for what they wish to share about Jean.
As you can see, we are hesitating. Jean felt so immensely present in this entire call. And I sense many of you must have felt this. Jean was our inspiration, our life mentor. She was the grandmother of Home for Humanity. She was also our co-chair, and whoever has been at her home in Ashland knows what a Home for Humanity is. In this place, thousands have been transformed. And Jean, as a person traveling the world, having been in over 100 of countries where she worked, was a walking Home for Humanity. She was the meta inspiration also for what we are doing today. And before Rama shares more, we want to invite you into a short video meditation. The video has been taken on the eve of her passing. We were in Salt, in the ancient city of Salt in Jordan, overlooking Jerusalem, looking all the way to Jerusalem, overlooking the Holy Land, which she loved so much. And the poem that you hear has been written in Jerusalem on the day of her passing in her honor. Perhaps you could start with this and then we move from there. If you could show the short video, please.
I'm sure, do you have it handy? Otherwise I can, there we go.
One 1,000 lives. You lived 1,000 lives in one. Pure wonder was around you day and night. Within and with you, the cosmos danced flamenco, and everything and nothing kissed each other into ecstasy. Existence could not have dreamt of any better co-creator, and gods and goddesses alike were drawn towards you as you stretched as far as longing reaches. Now that your glorious sun has set beyond your vast horizons, know that the essence of infinity has filled our remembrance of who you are, for us, for all, forever.
You could, yes.
I want to acknowledge the deep friendship you both had with her, and the precious dog, me being the dog lover. This is such a lovely photo of you all together. And so just really honoring and acknowledging the profound, lifelong and beyond relationship that you share with Jean. Spontaneously, I also am going to invite up our beloved friend Becky Suzik, because I just discovered yesterday a most remarkable synchronicity. Welcome to the show, Becky.
I'm so grateful to be here. What an incredible program and service to humanity. I'm blown away by what I've been learning, and just congratulate everyone so much, so deeply. Such powerful work. And I'm so grateful to be here. My beloved Robert and I got married on May 16th, and we didn't know that she was transitioning at that time. And later in the week, Ben Bowler on the Unity Earth Call announced that she had passed, and it just took my breath away. She was such an incredible mentor to me, although I only met her directly a few times. But her work before I had had the privilege of meeting her through World Unity Week had really inspired me. I'd read her books. I just had drank in this incredible universal wisdom for such a long time. And I reached out to some friends that are connected to Jean and discovered that the time of her transition was actually during our wedding ceremony. And behind me are the doors that Robert and I got married in front of, a butterfly that I painted. And we were with a whole group of people from our family here, from Monica and Dave Willard, Bob and Noel from Co-Creators Convergence, John and Summer Raymer, and Karen Trujillo. They all came to where we were wed. And they are all incredible light workers. And so to know that as we were holding this space for love and light, that around the same time that our beloved Jean was in the metamorphosis of that transformation and going on to her next adventure was such an incredible gift. And afterwards, when I discovered that the timing was likely that it was around the same time, I had my ego say, well, there's no significance, it's just a coincidence. But then I could hear Jean saying, of course it happened, of course it happened at the same time. And the light and the love that we all hold for Jean and the inspiration. And I'll just say one last thing to each of you. If you never had the opportunity to talk with Jean, although you can through all of her recordings and everything, and you feel like she's talking to you because she was a time traveler, jump time, she has this ability for all of us. I invite all of us to think of that really wild thing that we don't think we could possibly do. And we can do it. We can do it. We are doing it. And for us to live like slightly beyond the edge of that expectation within ourselves, because Jean believes in each of us beyond our wildest dreams. My wildest dreams have happened since meeting Jean Houston. And so I just honor her light, her love here that permeates this gathering, that permeates so much of our work here. And just thank you so much for the opportunity to share the wisdom of the butterfly of Jean Houston. And she always loved to talk about butterflies. So thank you for allowing me to share.
Wow.
Thank you, Scott. So sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead, please go ahead.
Because I'm so happy that despite the challenge you're facing right now, that you could be here in this moment of honoring Jean. That's so important that both you and Julie are here. Thank you, Becky. There's absolutely no coincidence, and Jean would have absolutely said that.
And congratulations.
And congratulations for what will be such a beautiful life. We want to say that we know that Jean gave 5,000, her entire self, her exponential being to everyone. She would often say, what am I doing? And she would get us to notice that she was simply being present. And in being present, she was omnipresent. And that's why she was able to tap in, as she did with you, Becky, and with millions of people in hundreds of countries, to tap in to the very origins of time on Earth and in our cosmos, and the very the ends and the new beginnings, the ending times that are the new beginnings. That's why she could do that and evoke that. And it was so beautiful how our friendship had started in 2012, and then with the birth of the Rising Women, Rising World, which is another movement we did together with Theatre of Transformation, and then really her bringing us to work together, our lives to work together, and being really the godmother of the Home for Humanity movement. And Daud and Christina would remember, as would our other beautiful co-chair, Youssef Mahmoud, formerly from the United Nations, an Undersecretary General of the United Nations, who's been with us like Jean every step of this journey. Really every moment being an evocatrice, an evocateur of the possible, and seeing the beauty in everyone, seeing the power of everyone. And why she loved this movement so much was also because what she did was see the genius in every culture. And that's something which has been so important to us, that the future we create is based on the wisdom, the ancient wisdom, like we experienced with Krull at the beginning of this call, and with Daud and Christina from Zimbabwe. So the wisdom, the genius, the knowledge of every culture, and the innovativeness that comes out from everywhere. And suddenly I'm reminded of one beautiful story I would love to share, of the millions. We were fortunate that from 2012 onwards, we spent at least a week with Jean in her home in this very deep time of all time. And throughout the journey, the last 2 years, the last time we spoke to her was from Chile, from the home of Pablo Neruda, where we said, Jean, this is like your home, it's just so larger than life, and the whole world is here. So, when we received the Guzi Peace Prize, which you mentioned, Julie, in the beautiful profile that Tatiana prepared so lovingly, we were in the Philippines, and when a fellow prize winner of what's called the Asian Nobel Prize heard that we knew Jean, he said, "I have to tell you a story." And he was the former president of the Maldives. And he said that, I met Jean when I was working for UNICEF in the US, and I was so impressed that when I became the vice president, I invited Jean to come, as she did in over 100 countries, to work with the leaders in government and help us come together. Because there was the rebels and the technocrats, and they had to work together. And she was incredible. But one day she called me aside and she said, Hassan, you need to know that very soon you will be the president. And you need to be prepared for that. And these are the things I want you to think about to be prepared for that. And that was a very deep session they had. And indeed, 1 week later, the president I can't remember how he died, in some violent way, and Hassan became the president. And he says, that has marked me for the rest of my life. That prescience, that hugeness, that while she was looking for the whole of this country and its unique role in the world after this turbulent period, she could see into the life of the one. And that's what she's done with us and with everyone in the Home for Humanity movement, and why she was so committed to this movement, to the One Home journey, and with such passion as she gave to everything. So she's our life, and she will continue to journey with us, and it's so beautiful that you brought her into this space. What I also wanted to mention is that, we would love, in the spirit of Jean and her passion for all the cultures of the world, that you tune in to the Homes for Humanity, which we share through videos and write-ups in all of the media, and we will share a couple of links so you see what Jean was seeing and wanting us to see. Wow. That was Jean.
The
That was
spirit of
channeling
Jean
that.
saying, "Go for it."
Yes.
As a segue for that, actually, in a moment we're going to hear from our beloved Tatiana, but I'm going to bring this up, and I'd like to ask everybody to really take a few minutes with this, because this is where you will find some very important links. The links for you can learn more about homeforhumanity.earth, and most important, We have now spent an hour and a half learning about the extraordinary work they're doing. And it's important for us to contribute, for us to support. Of course, your prayers and your appreciations are wonderful, and green energy is really, really needed. So there are two easy ways that you can contribute. There's a QR code where it says make a regular gift. And you actually have options when you use that QR code. And most of you know how to do it. You just take your camera like I'm doing right now, and you go all the way there until you see it and you click, and it takes you right to where you can donate. And I'm going to make a donation myself right now, and I really hope that all of you will as well. Also, for those of you in the United States, most of us have Zelle connected to our bank. Zelle is really easy to use, and they don't charge any fees, which is nice. So that's another way that you can do it. Just put Home for Humanity in through Zelle. And I'll bring this back up again, maybe halfway through Tatiana's song. But speaking of the goddess, I turn it over to Tatiana for her sharing.
Hello, beauties. What a joy this has been. Just absolutely incredible and profound, and I'm so deeply honored to be here. Hearing the different Homes for Humanity sharing what they're doing on the ground is so inspiring, so heartening, and I think that this award, which was inspired by Home for Humanity, it's so incredible to honor the entire spirit of this movement, which is many beautiful, loving hands weaving together this tapestry of our human family. And that is really what this song is. This song is the Home for Humanity anthem, inspired by Home for Humanity, by all of you. If you see the video, you'll see that there are many voices and faces in this video weaving together this collective. And I really do feel we're moving from the me to the we. And this award is such an expression of the we, and this movement is, of course, it is the embodiment of the we, that together we are so much more. We can do so much more on this beautiful, precious earth. So this is the song. Let's build a home right where we are. Let's build a home for all of us. Let's build a home for humanity. Let's build a home that nurtures all of life. It starts within. It starts with me, it starts with you. Can we turn to ourselves and see ourselves anew? What do we love? What do we cherish? For what do we stand on this beautiful planet, this sacred land? It starts with community, creation, culture. Can we build together, my sister, my brother? It starts right here, right now. Put the seeds in the ground until life springs up all around, and we can walk through our garden. This home that we make, together we change humanity's fate. And from the local to the global, from the I to the we, from the north to the south, from the west to the east, all cultures, all borders, all peoples, all life, we can come together and ignite a home for all to which all belong. This is the prayer, this is the song. You can sing with me. Let's build a home right where we are. Let's build a home for all of life. Let's build a home for humanity. Let's build a home that nurtures all of life. One world, one home, one heart, one life, all people, all cultures now. people, all cultures now. Let's build a home. Let's build a home. Let's build a home. Let's build a home. From the power with to the power to, we can change and create something new. Hold the vision, hold the mission, hold the line. We are birthing a new paradigm. Homecoming, we are all becoming who we need to be to hold off this catastrophe. Down on our knees with prayers for peace for this indivisible family. Around the world, feel the hearts opening. Around the world, feel the hands extending. Around the world, feel this movement coming. All cultures, all peoples, one family, one home. One home. One home. Feeling the spirit of Jean Houston in this call, her greatness, her giant wings, holding and uplifting us as we rise, one home. Feeling the spirit of all our beloveds, of all these teams of humanity that are coming together to co-create one home, one home. From the north to the south, from the east to the west, one home. Feeling Jean's blessing upon this gathering, one home. Feeling this award as inspiration to keep going and co-creating one home, one family, one earth, here and now. One culture, one people. We are one family. We are one home.
And you will not be surprised to know that Tatiana, who's been on this journey with us, who we met thanks to Jerry and Des and the Visioneers for the leadership role she's played, the supportive role throughout in bringing the vision of the Visioneers to fruition. Tatiana has been such a part of this journey. And I should say that Jean, the first time Jean heard Tatiana's voice, she said, that woman, her voice is the voice of the future. And the prophetess of the future. And Jean, and we did so many events with Jean together over the years, though you never did get the chance to meet. So I'm recalling that, but also recalling that Tatiana's own home, the Heartfield Collective, the community that she and her beloved Mark, who will be wed in holy union on the 18th of July. And Jean will surely be there to tune into every song and all the kirtans. The Heartfield Collective was honored as a home for humanity in a beautiful ceremony on our journey to you. And we got to meet our soul daughter for the first time in person, though you are in our lives daily. So that was very beautiful. And I just also want to acknowledge that so many of our beloved those who've supported, this, what has made this journey possible is the gifting culture that we adopted from the beginning of this movement, that the gifts that life give us, that Mother Earth give us, that we give each other are so great that they have no price tag. And so that was kind of the way in which the Home for Humanity movement worked. And when we started the journey, we said it has to be the same. So in every country, we live in the homes, of Daur and Christina, and of Coral and Felipe and their baby Lemu, and every in the refugee camps with our refugee children. And we receive their wisdom and their knowledge and their experience. And like living in the home of Iman's mother in Saf, which means justice, in Lebanon, we receive this this transformative power that they bring to the world, which is beyond any measure. And therefore, we felt we never apply for funding. This just doesn't make sense. So we also, in the same token, have a gifting economy. So whatever goes around comes around. And this bag, which has now traveled 27 months with us, you can see, is a little reflection of who we are as a family of life, humanity in service of all life, and gifts come into it from the Ahala Fathers and the integral Kamushas, and then they move on to other cultures, so that the beauty and creativity of each community can move on, and we can nurture all of these regenerative life-based economies, which is what we really are. So it was very touching, Scott, and how beautifully you called for support, you and Julie, but we really want that to be always as gifts, you saw Mersoise, we call her, Françoise, who was sitting by our side, a retired school teacher, and she said a few years ago, with my small pension, I can give 365 euros a year. And she calculated it. If we are 8 billion people on Earth, that means that many centimes per day. And that's my way of being connected to every human being and every form of life on Earth. And she takes care of our olive trees and plants while we are traveling. So there's always this beautiful living connection between us, So it's in that spirit that, we are so grateful.
And in that spirit, perhaps a final word about home, because that abundance, Jean always called it abundanza. This, because he felt the English version is just too boring. It has to be Italian. But this abundanza is what we find in the very heart of our homes when we reconnect to who we truly are, individually, but also as humanity. And this is really at the core of the journey. And I just want to mention it, also incredibly blessed to have so many people who support this journey. From Geneva, we have Jean Fabre with us and Cyril Ritchie.
And Piers.
We have Piers Leutnecker from Switzerland. And
Debbie and Chris
from
as well.
Switzerland. So this is just so important that what we ultimately do, and this is what Jerry evoked, the teams of the beloved, we are restoring family. We are restoring the family of life. And in that spirit, our energies in whichever color, including green, flow and can carry us forward. And thank you, Scott. This show is truly a home for humanity. The way how it's held and homed for so long together with Julie, it's just an incredible moment of sharing what it means to be human.
And we have just a couple of final pieces. Julie has a blessing for us, and then we're going to go to Omashar for a closing song.
Beautiful. I hope you all have been so inspired by these two humans receiving this award, and I know they've not wanted to have that spotlight on them as two people because it is a network of networks around the planet. But we do want to bless you and your continued leadership here as we celebrate Home for Humanity today. But even more, we celebrate what has chosen to move through you two in your lives. There are journeys that carry people across the earth, and there are journeys that quietly help the earth remember herself. And you're doing both. So thank you so much. Yours is one of both of those, with every border crossed, with every home entered, every story received, every hand held, every tree planted, every child listened to, every elder honored. You both are weaving an invisible thread of remembrance around the planet. You remind us that home is not merely a place we inhabit. Home is a way of belonging. So may every mile you travel become a living prayer, and may every conversation become a seed of trust. May every act of hospitality awaken another act of hospitality, and may every community you encounter remember that caring for our inner home, for our local home, and for our shared earth home. They are not separate acts, but one continuous expression of love. And as you circle this beautiful planet again and again, may your footsteps become frequencies. May they leave behind an unseen field of coherence that continues to ripple long after you have departed, a field that softens fear into trust, separation into kinship, strangers into neighbors, and neighbors into one human family. We bless you, not only for your travels, we bless you for the invisible pathway of relationship that you are restoring across our world. And we bless the countless people who will never meet you, yet whose lives may nonetheless be touched because the field of humanity has become just a little more coherent through your faithful presence. May this journey continue to awaken Earth citizens everywhere, and may it help us remember that Earth is not simply the place we share. It is the living home that shares herself with us. So may future generations look back upon this time and say that while the world appeared divided, there were people who quietly walked another story into existence, a story of belonging, regeneration, and love. Thank you, Alexander and Rama, for offering your lives as a gift to that story, and may the blessing you have carried around the world now return to you 1,000-fold. Thank you. Welcome home.
Would you allow me, Scott and Julie, to say one thing which comes up hearing your words? We have literally just left my parents who are on this call. It's very, very late at night in India. But my father is 93 and we had to go straight from the Middle East to and Portugal to India because my father was hospitalized, and Alexander gave so much of his love and time to my parents as he's done all these years. But I wanted to say the reason I say this is we received a blessing from my father in 2022, even before we received 6 months before we received the vision of the One Home Journey. And on Alexander's birthday, the 22nd of July, he said, we had a beautiful call with Jean and Tatiana and many members of our community from around the world. And he said, I bless you. My vision, my wish is to see 100 homes for humanity. So it was actually sitting around him on his hospital bed that we counted up, because we've been so busy. We didn't actually count up exactly how many homes for humanity have been honored around the world, and it was 125. And it was just such a testament to the importance of blessings, of that vision that you just gave us now, of that high intention and the frequency and coherence it sets. And I just want to honor my parents because before we met Jean, they were the ones who taught me what home really means, and how home in the middle of a very divided India can be a place where people of all castes and all religions and all backgrounds can share every festival and every meal and be as one. So I honor them, and I honor this continuity of every parent and child and family member that we are together. Thank you. I had to express that with my utter gratitude to my physical parents as much as to all of our family in every country that we are privileged to serve.
I'm going to bring up some of the people that have been on the show today so we can see them one more time, and we're going to go to Umushar for a song in a moment. But just want to thank all of you that are contributing in so many wonderful ways to making Home for Humanity happen. And it's been wonderful to meet some of the wonderful people that I'm meeting for the first time. And I just really appreciate people from all over the world and the work that you're doing. And one last time, everybody, please, 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 let's be generous. Let's donate to this wonderful work that they're doing. I'm going to bring this up again just for a moment. And then we will go to our beloved Omashar for a closing song. Just take a picture, grab your camera, and go to that QR code. I just did it myself. It's very, very easy. And please do support them. Okay. Thank you. And to close us out, here's Omashar.
You'll never walk this way again. Lay down all your gods. Your loving hearts will lead the way. The door is open. The wonderful and the new is waiting patiently. Take the step and you will see all you've been dreaming. 'Cause now is the time you've been waiting for so long. I've been holding you through all ages, knowing I'd be with you once again. You'll never be alone again. Please take my hand in yours. I love you just the way you are. You're my creation. The wonderful and the new is waiting patiently. Take the step and you will see all you've been dreaming. Because now is the time we've been waiting for so long. I've been holding you through all ages, knowing I'd be with you once again. You'll never walk this way again. Lay down all your gods. Your loving hearts will lead the way. The door is open. And now is the time we've been waiting for so long. I've been holding you through all ages, knowing I'd be with you once again.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Omashar. Thank you, everyone who is with us today. And also want to acknowledge everybody watching on Facebook and YouTube and everybody watching the recording. May we all take this inspiration that we felt from the beautiful work that Rama and Alexander and all of their colleagues around the world are doing. And let's practice seeing the divine in all and playing our role in creating this beautiful awakening world. Thank you, everybody.